Hey guys, Joyful Gamer here, and today we're gonna do part 3 of What If Izuku Was Leon. So pretty much where we last left off was when Izuku was talking to Sir Night-Eye about pretty much them going to go to a lab and trying to get all the villains out and try to arrest them. And pretty much, if you don't remember how they got the location, it's because of pretty much of Overhaul, because let's say Izuku had a little quote-unquote chat with him, because that chat kind of left him broken. Well, not broken, but kind of terrified of Leon. So pretty much, Izuku... Oh, I forgot to tell you that I'm gonna need a replacement for Toga to take Toga's place. So if you guys can think of a name for the person, the quirk, how it works, and also, yeah, pretty much just those two. So yeah, pretty much Izuku, which is Leon, kind of gets a call from someone, and he sees it's from an old friend, and he says, "Oh, hello?" With someone saying, "Hey, Leon, it's been a while." With Leon saying, "Oh, Claire, how's it been?" With Claire saying, "It's fine, just kind of slow today." With Leon saying, "So, what'd you call me for?" "Straight to the point, huh?" Izuku says, "Yeah, pretty much." So, and Claire says, "I heard that you have a family now? What's that about?" With Leon saying, "Yeah, it's kind of sudden, but yes, I do. I sort of do have a family now." With Claire saying, "Congrats for having a kid." With Izuku saying, "I adopted her." With Claire saying, "Aw, that's sweet." With Claire saying, "So, how's the government business?" With Izuku saying, "Don't worry, I'm off for a month. Besides..." And then Toga comes in, hearing the conversation, with Izuku saying, "You know, Toga, I know you're there." Pretty much Toga tried to hide, but she knows that her boyfriend is too good at hearing and also his surroundings. With Toga asking, "So, who are you talking to?" With Koga saying, "Oh, so that's your girlfriend. May I talk to her?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, sure." And Izuku kind of walks up to Toga and says, "She wants to know you." When Toga saying, "Who is she?" With Izuku saying, "That's the other survivor that I was able to get out of the hellhole with." With Toga saying, "Oh." And then Izuku pretty much puts it in speaker with Izuku saying, "You're in speaker." With Claire saying, "Thanks, Leon." So, and pretty much talks to Toga saying, "So, you're the girlfriend that I've heard about." With Toga saying, "What do you mean?" With Claire saying, "Your boyfriend wouldn't stop talking about you." With Izuku kind of blushing a bit. With Toga saying, "Oh, really?" With Claire saying, "Yeah, pretty much. And I kind of figured out Leon when we were in, the hellhole, but we still have contact. Besides, and also Leon said, 'Oh, by the way, Claire, I forgot to tell you, do you have the thing that I asked you for?' And Claire saying, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Why?" With you saying, can you mail them to me tomorrow? Or, maybe like a week from now, maybe? I don't know." With Claire saying, sure, maybe it's gonna be 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks there from now, I guess. With Izuku saying, "Thanks. I'll leave you two girls to chat." Pretty much Claire and pretty much Toga talking in the room, with Izuku just going out for a walk to pick up Eri. So Izuku goes to pick up Eri, and then goes back to the house, with Toga pretty much saying, "Why did you leave without your phone?" And Izuku saying, Don't worry, it's fine. And Toga actually asks Eri to go to her room, which is technically the same room for Izuku and Toga. With Izuku saying, "So, what's wrong?" Toga looking at Izuku, just instantly hugging her out of nowhere, saying, "Oh, whoa, what happened?" With pretty much Toga just crying, saying, "Why didn't you tell me?" And Izuku saying, "Tell you what?" Pretty much him showing that, doing it like a face that he's, like, showing that he's actually confused, saying, "What didn't you tell me of what you went through?" With Izuku instantly shocked, saying, "So she told you, huh?" And Toga says, "Yeah." So we have a bit of a flashback for when Izuku just left the house and said he was going to pick up Toga. And Claire says, "Finally, he's gone." With Toga saying, "What do you mean?" With Claire saying, "He may not tell you this, but he went through a lot of stuff back in Raccoon City." With Claire saying, with pretty much Toga saying, "What do you mean?" With Claire saying, "Do you want to know? There's something that you should know about Izuku." Well, mostly Leon, not Izuku. Remember, I called them Izuku, the characters call him Leon. Stuff like that, remember. So pretty much, Claire tells her the whole story of what Leon went through. And they had a little bit of a chat when, like, about his childhood, saying that he was abandoned by his actual parents and Leon isn't his actual name. And pretty much, Claire didn't ask for Izuku's name since it's, like, kind of personal. But she says it's good that he was here because he was able to save 2 people, no? He's technically a hero. And also survived something that was extreme, that's something that regular people wouldn't be able to do unless they had extremely strong wills. Which Toga is starting to cry, saying, "So, he wouldn't have told me?" With Claire saying, "Yeah, because it's a sensitive subject. If you want to talk to him about it, you have to confront him. You can't let him escape from a corner or anything. Because, just letting you know, once he goes back to those memories, he will get horrible flashes and he might lash out, just giving you a warning, because he doesn't want to see those horrible memories of what he saw. So just talk to him, just kind of confront him, but not roughly. Just show them that you care. Show them that you're there for him anytime he needs to talk." So, yeah, just giving you a heads up and letting you know that he really does care about both of you and his daughter, Eri. And yes, he did tell me about Eri. But he didn't tell me, but he just sounded sad, and I don't know why. But he didn't tell me anything else besides her name. With Toga kind of starting to tear up, saying, "Thank you. I'll confront him about it, and thank you. I hope you take care of yourself, Claire. And I hope one day we meet each other." With Claire saying, "Yeah, don't worry, we will." With Toga confused by it, but doesn't, just kind of just thinks about it, doesn't think about it, and pretty much she ends the call. And this is when, then she just goes to the couch, and she remembers that Leon went up to pick up Eri. And a few minutes pass, and we skip the flashback with Leon kind of being a bit angry with Toga, kind of expecting this, but she understands why. And that's when Izuku kind of asks, "What do you think of me then? Am I a monster or anything?" With Toga saying, "No, you're not. I don't think of you that way." With Izuku saying, "I don't know what to do. I try to not make you worry about me. Because it'll be a waste of time if you do, so I just worry about you. With Toga saying, well, you are my boyfriend, so I should worry about you, and besides, we're taking care of a little girl that doesn't have any parents. So technically, we are her parents, and we have to figure this out and solve this together. Izuku kind of calming down. Izuku looks at Toga and just says, I will talk about it, but I don't want you to see the same things I saw. I don't want the Eri to go through what I went through. It's something that no one else should. With Toga saying, what did you see to make you that? With Izuku saying, let's say the devil himself. With Toga saying, that bad? With Izuku saying, yup, it felt like I was in hell. Heck, it felt like I was never going to escape at one moment too. So I just kept going forward. Luckily, I was able to find Claire and Sherry. And pretty much, Sherry was just there for a small visit, let's say, pretty much, because she had to go back to training quickly. But she did stay the night there. So pretty much, Eri liked seeing her aunt. And Toga and Izuku talk about Izuku's mental health, that he should go to therapy, with Izuku saying, yeah, I know, which I will, but first I need to do some work. Toga saying, what's your work anyway? With Izuku saying, I am part of the government, I'm a special agent of the government for protecting both the U.S., pretty much both the U.S. from bioweapons, and I'm the one that's the first line of defense. With Toga being scared that her boyfriend is pretty much the one that attacks the bioweapons head on and is the first one to call if anything about related to what bioweapons is on him. With Izuku saying, well, at least I'm not the only one though. With Toga saying, what do you mean? With Izuku saying, remember Claire? With Toga saying, yeah, I do. He asked, and she said, what about it? With Izuku saying, well, she has an older brother. I don't know where he is per se, but I actually did hear about him a lot from some of my other coworkers and some of my students. With Toga saying, wait, what? Students? What do you mean? With Izuku saying, oh yeah, I haven't explained, but sometimes when I'm not called upon to go up against bioweapons, I'm pretty much somewhat of a sensei or teacher for self-defense and how do you fight against other bioweapons, you know? I also taught him a bit of some first aid. With Toga saying, so you're the best of the best? Pretty much, Izuku looks at her and just smiles saying, yep, pretty much. With Toga just surprised, but also worried, just clinging on him saying, be careful. I want you to come back home at one piece. With Izuku saying, you know, it's really hard to kill me, you know that, right? With Toga saying, I don't know if it's true, but since Claire told me everything you went through, just from hearing that, it sounds like you're almost invincible. Izuku saying, yeah, just by hearing it, it looks like it, but it was a pain. Pretty much both Toga and Izuku just kind of laying there, with Eri just going there and says, Mama, Papa, let's see a movie. Izuku just saying this, and he just says, yeah, what movie do you want to watch? And pretty much, they just watch a movie. And we go to Izuku's mind saying, I'm happy to have Toga and Eri. And talking about it felt like a lot of weight was pretty much taken off my shoulders. It's much lighter now. I don't feel like I can have to carry something so heavy now. And Izuku smiles. And then he looks to Toga and Eri. He pretty much hugs both of them, with Izuku pretty much saying thank you to Toga and thank you to Eri. With Eri saying, what did I do? With Izuku just saying, thank you for being my daughter. That's all. Eri saying, and thank you for being my papa. And thank you for being my mama. And then looking at Toga. And Toga pretty much just smiles and says, thank you. So pretty much that's a happy moment for Izuku there. Now we go to next week, which is, if I remember, I said let's say it's a Monday, to where the attack will happen for pretty much Overhaul's lab. And then pretty much we go to the meeting. And let's say Mario is there, but he's like a second year. So pretty much Mario is there, and every other hero. And one of the heroes, let's say, pretty much calls out Night Eye, saying, why is a kid doing here? With pointing at Izuku just sleeping, because they were pretty much watching a lot of movies for a long time, and Izuku... No, pretty much he was just doing paperwork and stuff like that, let's say, and not watching movies. So pretty much, Izuku's just sleeping there, just trying to catch some sleep, and Sir Night Eye says, well, this kid was the one that put Overhaul at prison, with pretty much the heroes being extremely surprised. One of them is pretty pissed because they think Izuku just try to do it for the glory and stuff like that. Izuku's not like that. It's just a guy. And then, pretty much, Mario says, wow, that's amazing. Someone was super brave enough to go up against Overhaul. And did he go up with a team? With, pretty much, Shonada saying, no. He went up against him solo, you could say. With Mario being extremely surprised. And pretty much saying, oh my god, that's amazing. He has to be extremely skilled and have extremely good quirk. Izuku hearing this saying, I don't have one. Everyone looking at Izuku saying, wait, say that again? With one of the heroes, of course, asking. Izuku just sits straight now and putting his feet off the table saying, I don't have one. Yawning. All the heroes surprising, but how did you... Izuku just pulling out again saying, with this, my trusty friend. Every hero being surprised that he has a gun, saying, wait, why does a kid have a gun? With Izuku saying, let's say I'm a special case. And I'm not going to explain why. Izuku pretty much told them, and every hero was curious of why Izuku had a gun. And one of them asked, with Izuku saying, like I said, I'm not going to explain. But if you want to know a bit about me, I am Leon S. Kennedy, and I pretty much have a family. And yeah, pretty much that's it. That's all you'll know about me. Every single one of the heroes were surprised, and at least they got to know somewhat of him. Some thinking that he's just cocky because of his ability, and also he got Overhaul into jail. But in reality, that's just Leon being like that when he's just tired. And then pretty much some of the heroes says, so are you going to help us make tactics? And Izuku says, yes, and also I'm going to join you. Some of the heroes saying, but you won't be able to, with Izuku saying, I will be. I went through more horrible stuff than you can ever think. And just think about it. Well, I won't say what I went through, but let's say it's something that even villains won't be able to go through. Or nor heroes. That's all I'm going to say, and that's all I'm going to explain. I won't go into deep into explanation, because I will not. Pretty much showing he's serious about what he was talking about. Some of the heroes intrigued, but respecting his wishes. So pretty much, Izuku asked for each of one of their quirks, with Mirio saying that his can go through solid objects. And I remember, let's just say he asks for some of the people's quirks. I don't remember all of the quirks for some people, so yeah. So they're gonna start the attack with Izuku pretty much making out a plan for the people that can stop. I remember Rocklock's quirk. It can stop the rubble from moving or something and make it just or it's pretty much stuck, making two other materials being stuck together. I think it can also be used on a person, if I remember. With Izuku saying so, Rocklock will be the one that can capture them, and Mirio is the one that's going to be like a scout. He goes up ahead to see if there's anything else up ahead. If there's nothing, then we can keep continuing on with the path. And the other heroes are pretty much the ones for support and also be able to watch their six. And everyone hears Izuku like he's someone from the army or something. And some of them kind of guess that Izuku is a special case because he's someone that went through the army and stuff. And they're technically not wrong, but not fully correct. But I digress. Let's continue. So we go to when they were going to attack the base. There's pretty much, it looks like a regular house, let's say, to cover up. Izuku asks, so may I see the information? With Sir Night-Eye saying, sure, and passes down a piece of paper. And then Izuku grabs it and just looks at it and keeps going through it. And then pretty much says, I see. With Sir Night-Eye saying, what? Izuku saying, it looks like it's a base underground. Everyone says, huh, really? Izuku saying, yep. If any of you have any weaknesses to small spaces, I recommend you be staying outside just in case if anyone tries to escape. And I think there are multiple exits. With some of the heroes being surprised saying, wait, how do you know? With Izuku saying, I'm not saying I know, I'm saying that it's possible. Just trying to think ahead, just in case. With pretty much every hero just kind of surprised that Izuku just kind of guessed, not being sure. So they asked to pretty much the police to go around the area and pretty much some stay with the heroes and to be prepared to pretty much have the cancellation quirk cuffs. Pretty much Izuku says, I'll lead. Everyone stay behind me. One of the heroes pretty much laughs, saying, why would a quirkless civilian want to go up ahead and sacrifice their own lives? Izuku's just saying, not saying anything, just looking at him, giving him a death stare, which actually kind of scares some of the heroes, which surprises Sir Night-Eye. And pretty much subconsciously, just for comedic purposes for me, some of the heroes actually stood up like they were soldiers and says, sorry, sir. And some of the heroes were surprised that they said that. And extremely understood why they should let him. With Izuku just pretty much walking up ahead, taking out his if I remember I don't remember the name of the gun. I think it was Silver Eagle, if I remember. I don't remember. But let's say it's one of the guns that were passed down from Elijah, pretty much. And it was customized too. Izuku taking it out, he pretty much goes forward. And there was someone, and then he noticed that something was off. So he's looking around. Some of the heroes saying, "What's going on?" With Izuku saying, "Something's off. It's too quiet." With the hero saying, "So," Izuku saying, "Stay on guard, because if it's too quiet, that means they're waiting for us, and there might be an ambush up ahead." The heroes kind of told this, shocked, but then they were taking his word, so they kind of stood on guard, not trying to prepare for any attack happening to them. So then it's one of the people that I don't remember. I only know one of the quirks is the barrier guy. That's the only one that I know. I don't know any other guys. So pretty much, Izuku goes up ahead and he sees a door, and then he opens it, but then he sees something that he wished he didn't see. And every other hero was gonna go inside, and said Izuku yelled out saying, "Don't come in!" Every hero kind of surprised, saying, "Oh, why?" Izuku saying, "You don't want to know." Instantly, Izuku looks around and he sees something that he needs, and he takes it and then he burns down. And people see, and they see the fire there, and says, "What's happening?" And they see Izuku walking out and closing the door behind him. With everyone saying, "Why did you do that?" With Izuku just looking down and not saying anything, and saying, "Let's continue. You don't want, and don't open that door. Trust me." So pretty much they continue walking, but one hero, and that's Mario. Out of curiosity, he kind of doesn't want to, but curiosity kind of takes the better of him. He uses his quirk and looks through, and then pretty much he goes through the door and he sees something monstrous, something out of a nightmare. He saw Mr. X, but not a regular Mr. X like the one from canon in Resident Evil 2, but something that has claws and looks complete, and you can see some of its ribs. And then Mario goes back and falls on his butt, saying, "What? Why? Who?" Just shocked. Izuku pretty much went back for him, saying, you looked, didn't you?" With Mario saying, I'm sorry," with Izuku saying, "It's fine. But next time when I say don't look, don't look. Got it?" Mario saying, "Yes, sir." Izuku pretty much putting out a hand to help him up, with Mario saying, and pretty much noticing that he's not shocked. With Mario saying, "How are you not?" And Izuku says, "That isn't the first time I saw such a thing." Mario kind of surprised, saying, "What do you mean?" Pretty much Izuku saying, just keeps walking forward, saying, "Let's say I was able to kill something that need to be put down, and that's it." Mario, hearing the amount of, pretty much the tone of his voice, he doesn't know how to describe it, and just doesn't ask any more questions, but just says, and Mario says, you're almost like a hero for saying something like that. I don't know what I would have done if that went towards me." With Izuku saying, "If it did, what would you do?" With pretty much Mario just looking down saying, "I don't know. Maybe and he can't think of anything to say, with Izuku saying, "It's fine. You're just scared because of something you don't know. Just keep a calm mind and think things through. So it's good to have somewhat of fear so you can be cautious, but too much of it will make you. With Izuku remembering that he was frozen up because of what happened to him, like going versus Mr. X. And Mirio says, excuse me, Mr. Leon? With Izuku shaking his head saying, yeah, sorry, I was in a daze. Let's continue. And pretty much, they meet up with the rest of the heroes, which there was a door. And then pretty much, Izuku says, is everyone ready? Everyone just shakes their head saying, yeah. And they open the doors. The only thing they see is a room. And but not just that, there's 2 more doors. Actually, no, 3. One that keeps going straight, one that goes to the right, and one that goes to the left. And in the room that they're in, there's only crates. With someone was about to open the crate, with Izuku saying, "Stop!" With the hero instantly stopping, saying, "What?" Izuku saying, Don't walk so nonchalant to a box. You have to be cautious. What if there was a bomb in there?" The hero is kind of surprised that Izuku would think something such one step ahead, saying, "If you," and some of the heroes saying, "What if there isn't?" With Izuku saying, "That's why I said stop. Just be cautious." With Izuku saying, I'll open the crate." The hero saying, "I should because you're a kid." With Izuku saying, let's say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. It's fine." Izuku slowly opening the crate, not using a flashlight, with one of the heroes was about to do, with Izuku closing the door saying, don't, pretty much closing the top of the crate saying, "Don't use a light, damn it." With the hero saying, "But you need it," with Izuku saying, "No, I don't." Some bombs get activated if you shed light on them. That includes flashlights. With the hero turning off the flashlight that he had with him, he says, "Sorry," with Izuku saying, "It's fine, but now you know." And Izuku just slowly opens it, and he sees there was an actual bomb there. With Izuku saying, "Just as I thought." With the hero saying, "What? What do you see?" Izuku saying, "I see a bomb." The hero's extremely surprising, "What?" Izuku saying, "So," and he looks at it carefully saying, "Huh, I guess I was right." With the hero saying, "What do you mean?" And Izuku pointed at the flashlight, saying, "If any bit of light went through this small bomb, it would have exploded." Every hero, pretty much everyone was extremely thankful that Izuku was there and knew things, and the hero was kind of thankful that Izuku saved his life. And one of them asked, "So, how do you disarm it?" With Izuku saying, "I can, but I don't have any materials. I don't have any of the tools that I need to disarm it." Pretty much saying, wait. Pretty much, Izuku looking around, just checking if he brought it. He says, "Yes, I do." Oh my god. With the hero saying, what? With Izuku saying, "I brought this with me just in case." Pretty much showing his knife. With the hero saying, "You have a knife? Why?" With Izuku saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. And trust me when I say, this was able to save me more than my own gun." Some of the heroes surprised and kind of worried. So Izuku carefully disarmed the bomb with the knife, which does work. And Izuku just sighs relief, saying, and there was a bit of sweat, which he was able to and also, of course, he told the heroes to go up ahead, and he'll try to disarm the bombs that they are around the place. And then, of course, the heroes went up ahead while Izuku was disarming it. And let's say the heroes have walkie-talkies that Izuku gave to them beforehand to see, like, to check with the pretty much the leaders of the pretty much like the almost like the leaders of each group. They kind of checked in on Izuku saying, Leon, are you still there? Pretty much Leon saying, yep, I disarmed one of them. Who knows how many there are in this area, because there's a lot of crates. With Izuku saying, well, pretty much ending the call with the walkie-talkie. And just looks around saying, maybe. With Izuku pretty much opening another crate saying, just as I thought. And then closing it back down, and then checking another that was right next to it. There was a C4 there. And Izuku says, damn it. And pretty much radios in for the people, pretty much the group saying, I kind of figured out what's happening now. With every other hero asking, what's wrong? With Izuku saying, they trapped the whole place. With every hero saying, what do you mean? With Izuku saying, well, there's some C4 in here, but it looks like some of them it's missing. With some of the heroes saying, what do you mean? With Izuku saying, there's supposed to be there's some C4 there, but there's only one. And it looks like there was another one taken from one box, so I'm gonna keep checking just in case. Just radio me in if you see any of those bastards. And one of them says, sure. And how careful should we be when we're near a C4? Izuku says, very, very careful. And in the background, one of the heroes just gulps and is kind of nervous. But then they keep walking, and they see in one of the, let's say Sir Night-Eye's group sees one of the villains, which is pretty much the one with the ghost and crystal. I don't remember the third guy. And pretty much Night-Eye radios in Izuku that I found some villains, but they look like they're not the people we're looking for. With Izuku saying maybe they work for them, or act as bodyguards, you could say, or security. With Sir Night-Eye saying, so we should take them out. Izuku saying, yup. Try to take them out as quietly and swiftly. With Sir Night-Eye saying, I'll try. Pretty much Sir Night-Eye, of course he's in a group with Fat Gum, let's say, with pretty much Sir Night-Eye and Fat Gum hiding. And then pretty much, of course, Sir Night-Eye uses his quirk to evade and also try to pretty much evade like being spotted. So that's what he does. And he was able to get to one of them, and he was able to knock one of them out quietly. And we go to the other heroes, and one of the heroes, let's say, find the big guy, pretty much the one that fights that's meant to fight Fat Gum and stuff. Pretty much one of the heroes goes and pretty much was able to run. Pretty much the hero runs away because he got kind of startled from what that guy just pretty much launched himself out of the wall, saying, finally, let's have a fight, something like that. If I remember, pretty much he was going after the hero, and he kind of radios in saying, I think I found one of them. With these saying, okay, why don't you fight him? With the guy saying, I don't think I can. The guy literally he looks pretty ginormous. Izuku just kind of asking, saying, aren't you a hero? Aren't you supposed to fight him? With the guy saying, you try fighting him, okay? I'll take care of you. With Izuku saying, wait, no. And instantly you hear a door break right at Izuku's, like, right. And Izuku just flinches saying, God damn it. And he looks to his right, seeing the hero pretty much knocked out. And the guy sees Izuku, and he says, "Why is a little kid doing here?" With Izuku saying, "Well, I was lost," and pretty much tries to find an excuse. The guy knows he's lying, and Izuku says, "Fuck, screw it." With Izuku pulling out a badge saying, "You're under arrest. Please come quietly." With the guy saying, "No, I shall truly not." The guy was pretty much running towards Izuku, with Izuku was able to barely dodge each attack. Barely. Like, it, pretty much, some cut his, like, he does have a little bit of cuts. With the guy pretty surprised that Izuku is able to dodge his attacks, he says, "So, may I know your name? Out of respect for this fight." With Izuku saying, Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you. With I don't remember the guy's name, but pretty much he's excited to fight someone that looks to be extremely difficult to hit. Of course, Leon is someone that specializes in speed and precision. So Izuku takes out a gun, with the guy saying, "What? Why don't you use your quirk?" With Izuku just says, "I don't have one." The guy being surprised, saying, "So, a quirkless person was able to evade all those." Something tells me you are very special, young man. But I digress. Let's continue this fight. Pretty much Izuku and the guy fighting. And Sir Night-Eye radios in that he was able to knock out all the heroes, all the little security guys, with the Rock Lock's team saying that they're at a dead end. With Izuku radio in pretty quickly saying, "I'm a bit busy right now, just hang on." Pretty much Izuku trying to dodge and also shooting while he dodges. He does get some grazes in to the guy. The guy kind of extremely happy that someone is able to fight him, even though it's just speed and dodging. Izuku was able to still hold up his own. So pretty much, and Izuku does get punched in the gut. Izuku does go flying to the wall, with Izuku falling down, with the guy saying, "You are a good fight, but you are," and instantly he sees Izuku standing back up, holding his side, saying, "Ah, God damn it. Ah, God." Standing up slowly, and the guy's surprised, saying, how did you?" Izuku just says, "I actually felt, to be honest, your punch kind of reminds me of someone. And not in the get way." Which is pretty much, he's talking about Mr. X, because he has a powerful punch. And pretty much, the guy's surprised and smiles, saying, "So, you can withstand that. Let's see if you can withstand it again." With Izuku saying, "I don't wanna." Instantly just shooting him in the arm. Well, he had the chance. With the guy saying, "What? How can you still?" Izuku saying, "I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. And this type of pain I can walk through. I can pretty much I can walk it off, you can say. Well, in somewhat. Not completely, but still." Izuku just thinking in his mind saying, "God, why?" Pretty much just remembering a punch or being carried by the Mr. X, and also the pretty much the monster of William Birkin pretty much punching Izuku and throwing him. With Izuku kind of just smiling, saying, "Why did I have to remember those memories? Let's just continue." And Izuku just stands up, and the guy pretty much pretty much goes to attack Izuku. Izuku dodges it, rolls out of the way, and shoots again at the arm. Well, a different arm. With the guy saying, "Damn it!" This is kind of going on and on. And then the heroes radio in Izuku again, and Izuku was able to knock him out, mostly by sheer luck, because mostly the room was shaking and a lot of the crates were flying into the air, and one of them did hit the guy's head. It didn't knock him out completely, but it did give him a bit of a headache, and it kept on repeating itself 4 times. So, and then that's when he got knocked out with Izuku radio in saying, "I got the guy." Ah, with the other hero saying, "What happened?" With Izuku saying, "Well, one of the heroes decided to lead him towards me when I was trying to defuse another goddamn bomb." With one of the heroes asking, "Are you okay?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, the other guy is knocked out, and the villain that he was being chased by is knocked out." With everyone surprised saying, "Wait, you knocked him out?" With Izuku saying, "Who else, since the guy was a chicken?" And every other hero was surprised that Izuku was able to take out a guy that was probably, who knows how large. And one of the heroes saying, "I'll go back and treat his wounds. I don't know, I don't have healing quirk, but I do know first aid." Izuku saying, "It's fine. I know first aid too, so don't worry about it. Just keep searching around. If you guys have a dead end, come back and go to the direction where the other hero went." The other heroes saying, "Alright, since Rock was in a dead end, let's say Mario was in their group." And Mario says, "I'll go up ahead." And pretty much he goes through and he goes back saying, "There's a way, actually, this is just a fake wall. We can still go up ahead." With everyone's being surprised that they just try to hide it maybe. I don't know if, let's just say it was there before, just in case. And pretty much, they keep walking forward. They see a room with Mario saying, "Wait, I'll look through the room." Mario kind of worried, but since Izuku isn't here and he was doing something else, he kind of asked if he can use the radio and asked Izuku if he can look through a room. With Izuku saying, "Okay, but going alone, go with someone else just in case." With Mario saying, "What if they see something they wish they didn't?" With Izuku saying, "I'll be there in a bit, just wait." Pretty much, Izuku just finishing healing up a bit. He didn't heal himself completely. He has some bandages on, and he heals himself pretty much. But he's still able to walk, and he pretty much takes the hero and sits him down. And he goes to the direction where he knows where the other heroes went. He goes and he sees a wall destroyed, and they can still go ahead, and he sees the other heroes, with the heroes looking at Izuku. Pretty much it looks like he was beaten up, but somehow he's still able to walk. And they ask, "Whoa, kid, you should really sit down." With Izuku saying, "This is nothing. I had way worse injuries. This, I can still walk it off." Pretty much, Mario asking, "So here's the door." And it's a metal door that looks like it, with Izuku saying, "Everyone else go, I'll be with Mario." Mario saying, "Okay, let's go inside." With Izuku saying, "Can you open the door? Because it's locked." Mario saying, "Sure." Goes on the other side and opens the gate. Well, pretty much he does slightly open it, so Izuku can fully open the door. And we see, and Mario is shocked. Izuku says, "So here it is." Izuku sounding tired. There's one that looks like bullets. There's one side that looks like bullets. And then there's something, and then there's what looks like a tank. Then something happens. Instantly, they hear a broken glass, with Mirio kind of trying to saying, "What was that?" With Izuku saying, "Stay behind me, now!" Instantly, they hear almost like a predator sound. Izuku saying, "You may want to go intangible when I tell you. Got it?" Mirio saying, "Yes, sir." And Izuku says, "Lock the door." Instantly, Mirio says, "Okay." And Izuku saw Mirio going for the door and pushed him out and locked the door himself. Mirio saying, "Wait, what are you doing?" With Izuku saying, "Don't come in. Trust me when I say that. This area is something. This is more dangerous than you can think." With Mirio saying, "Then why did you..." Izuku said, "I went through this before. And I'm not going to say the whole thing, but this is something that I can only deal with right now. You go with the other heroes. I'll catch up." With Mirio saying, "Okay, if you say so." Then we go back to Izuku, and he has his gun out, cautiously walking and looking around, behind him, in front of him, left and right, up and down. And that's when he hears a step. He instantly turns around and shoots. And that's when, if I remember, that's what they're called, hunters. And it was one that can turn invisible. And Izuku said, "Damn it, it's invisible." With Izuku seeing that can pretty much, when I saw it can turn invisible, saying, "I need to be more cautious now." Izuku looking around and around. He hears another step. Well, no, he doesn't hear a step. There is something behind him, and Izuku feels something. And it's something in him says to roll to the side, and he did. And that's when it attacked, and went through and attacked the wall. Izuku saying, "Oh, thank God for the training. Thank you for my senses." Pretty much he's going around, and pretty much Mirio can hear the gunshots from afar, and everyone else too. And they kind of run back to Mirio saying, "What's going on?" With them saying, with Mirio saying, "It's something that, I don't know. Izuku's in a room and look with something that can turn invisible or something. I don't know." With every other hero going back and running towards her, with Mirio stopping them saying, "He said that only he can handle it." With the other hero saying, "He's injured. What do we do?" Pretty much they hear the gunshots stop. They think the worst, and they hear a door open. Mirio kind of scared, and they kind of run back to seeing Izuku just sitting down, saying, just huffing and puffing really hard, saying, "That was a pain. Oh, I hate those things." With Mirio saying, "Wait, how did you..." And Izuku says, "Beat it. If you've been through my life, you would know how. But if you want to see the thing, you go right ahead. I'm just too tired right now." Pretty much some of the heroes curious, they go inside and they see pretty much so much, and then they see some blood, which they think is Izuku's blood, but then they see behind the table, they see something that they can describe as a monster, a nightmare. Pretty much the heroes kind of scream, with the other heroes outside saying, just kind of scared and confused, and kind of want to go inside to see what they want to see. With some of the heroes walking out fast, just shocked. And they look at Izuku saying, "You were able to..." Izuku saying, "Yup." And the hero says, "How did you..." Izuku saying, "Experience." And I'm gonna leave it at that. The heroes that saw it said, just look at the other hero saying, "Don't go in there." With the heroes that were curious, wanted to go walk in there, with the heroes not stopping them. The heroes that were kind of worried to what they saw the same thing, and they did the same reaction. Not all of them went in there, And one of the heroes said, I warned you. With the hero saying, I am sorry for not taking your warning. Izuku just stands up saying, ugh, with a bit of pain and a dislocated shoulder, saying, can someone help me with a bit? One of the heroes saying, what do you need? And he said, can you relocate my shoulder? And Izuku says, and one of the heroes, pretty much the heroes don't know how to relocate it with Izuku saying, okay. Pretty much going to his shoulder and then relocated, and everyone just hears it, and they just feel the pain that just went through them, and Izuku just, and just moves his hands again and says, that's better. And pulls out the gun again. Every hero says, how in the hell can an 18-year-old take that much pain? And how in the hell was he able to fight that thing? With some of the heroes kind of intrigued and knowing his background. With Izuku saying, let's continue. With pretty much, Izuku keeps walking forward ahead of them. With Sir Night asking, actually radioing in Izuku saying, Leon, there's something you should see. And the others should too. Izuku saying, please don't tell me what I think you saw. With the other heroes that didn't see saying what, and the other heroes that did see what they saw saying, oh god. Izuku pretty much going in says some of them if they want to keep going forward or they want to go with Sir Night-Eye and Fat Gum. Pretty much the heroes said, why don't we go to Fat Gum and Sir Night-Eye? The ones that did see it said, I think we should just keep going forward. Maybe we'll meet them up ahead. Izuku thinking, yeah, probably. So luckily they did, but pretty much what they didn't know is just that the whole area went in circles, or two pretty much were connected to each other. And they were able to see with Izuku saying, oh god, no. Oh god, no. With the heroes looking at Izuku saying, what? Because they were seeing the same thing. They were seeing like regular people being put in there. And Izuku saying, please tell me they're not turning into Mr. X. Please tell me they're not turning into that thing again. Please. With everyone being confused saying, what do you mean? With Izuku saying, I'm not gonna, doesn't know what to say, but just in horror. With him going to the pad, just looking at it. Like, he can open things and stuff. And then, let's say something catches his eye. He looks and sees something. And he sees a regular person there. He's pretty much cautious, but he sees the number, and let's say it's R-25. And then something tells him to press it, but... And then the other hero saying, what is it? Izuku pointing it at the person, which looks like a regular adult. So they asked, who is that? Izuku saying, I don't know. I really don't want to find out, but something tells me I should press it, just in case. The other hero's kind of scared, saying, no, don't. We don't know, with Izuku saying, don't worry. I know how to deal with people like this. If it goes out of hand, I'll take responsibility. With the heroes kind of backing up a bit, Izuku being a bit alone there, and then he presses the button, and he just sees it's opening. And when it opens, it looks like a man that's blonde. And Izuku says, just points the gun at it just in case. And the guy wakes up, just wakes up with red eyes. And he sees Izuku, saying, Who are you? With Izuku saying, Leon, you? And the guy says, Albert Wesker. And that's where we're gonna leave it off today. And I hope you guys take care. And yeah. You guys probably thinking, why did Izuku let out Albert Wesker? And you guys will see why and will understand why. So I hope you guys take care and bye.